Well, hello my friends. Happy Sunday to you. I am doing things a little differently this Sunday. Welcome to my studio. It is a bit of a mess. It has been a super busy week, couple of months. And today's the day that I film my Sunday videos. I just had no inspiration. And I don't want to say no inspiration, I just didn't have a direction. And I still do not have a direction. So what I thought I would do is I'm just going to show up. And I'm only going to use the things that I have right here. I'm going to just go for it. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I have no plan. I have no quote. I have these things that are on my desk. I've got random bits, like there's some words on here, and I thought, well, those could possibly work. I've got some random tissue papers from last Sunday's video, and my stencils, and I've got this wonderful little tray of goodies and things that are always on my desk. Of course, my water bottle and alcohol. I have got a stack of vintage papers that I'm going to use. I mean, I really do not have a plan. And so often our creative time is just about showing up and taking the next step. Just do the next right thing. Whatever feels right, do that. And let it lead you into whatever. And it could be a masterpiece or it could be a learning experience. And so that's where I am today. I have been filming for workshops and for the membership. And so it's chaos in here. And I am surrounded by a bunch of things, but I'm going to limit myself to just a few of these things. I've got my gesso out. I've got some acrylic inks that I was working with for one of the workshops, and that's in muted gray, deep violet, and this rose gold that I was trying, iridescent rose gold. So I have those out, and then I have just some of my basic colors that I always use. They're right here. Manganese blue, red ochre, magenta, rose madder, and then some olive green. So I've kind of got like the primary color palette happening, along of course with my raw umber. So I've got my black, my white, my black and my white gesso. I've got my matte medium, and that's really it. That's all I know. I've got my palette ready, and I've got a stack of my brushes here that I cleaned out from my dirty, I do have clean water, because it was kind of disgusting. And that's all I know. That's all I know right now of where I'm going to go. I will have a full list of supplies once I get through my journal page. I will have that listed for you, and the link will be down below in the YouTube description box. And then also today, when you see this video, my newest workshop, Finding My Way, will be available. And we'll talk a little bit more at the end of the video if I find some aha moments throughout when I'm creating. So I hope that you, the purpose of this really is to just let you know that showing up always is good. Whether we create a mess or we create a masterpiece, it's always good, and it always teaches me and takes me somewhere. And so I just choose to show up, and we'll see what happens. So hang on to your hats, because we're going to start creating. So my thought is here, I'm going to put this kind of rose gold down and hopefully have it peek through. We'll see. That's kind of the direction that I'm going. That's all I know at this point. And so I am just adding some color, but I am working in a triangle. I'm kind of bringing up to the top, down to the bottom, over to this side, connecting the two pages. That's my only thought at this point. want this more grindy over here. I want to pull up some of this over here. I love how this is looking. All by accident. That's always the best. All right, loves, I'm back at it. It's been about 24 hours since I was last here. Sometimes that's how life is, right? And sometimes that's exactly what we need to kind of step away from what we're working on, whether it's in our journal or a big piece or whatever. And it's really cold in my studio today, so I've got about 30 layers on. But sometimes we need that time to step away. So don't get frustrated. And that's a hard thing for me because I like to start, finish. But I'm learning. And that's always the process of our art, is learning and growing. So it's been about 24 hours since I've been back here. And I knew that I was going to need to edit and that kind of thing. I just didn't have time to get back to it. So here I am. And when I left the page to dry and, go do life, other things, I felt kind of stuck in it. I wasn't sure where I wanted to go. I didn't like this part here. I should have put it, kind of combined. I didn't follow my own rules. And sometimes that's just how it is. You're creating, you're going, and it just is. But every time we learn, we grow, we know, and now, it always just confirms to me, I have some rules that I always follow in my compositions. Working in threes, I did not work in threes in this one. I've got this center thing, which is totally distracting. I love the stencils, but I should have kind of combined them and created these vignettes, which is what I typically do. But I didn't. So here I am. And I've got this color that I absolutely love and that I experimented with. And every time we create, it's always an experiment. And we always learn something. And so nothing is ever wasted. And the layers always, always tell our story, contribute to all of the parts. So there's just, you know, not exactly sure what's happening upstairs. There's a lot of things happening today in our studio. Orders are going out, all those kinds of things. Anyway, so as I kind of come back to this, now I know I need to kind of balance this out a little bit more. And I need to add some contrasting color, and then I need to edit. I need to kind of bring it down and edit it. And so when I take a look at this, I already know the complementary colors, but I always do a double check. And I refer to my color wheel all the time. So here's the color that is in my journal page. And if I look at my tetrad, so 4 colors, and typically I kind of work in a 3 to 4 color, you know, somewhere in there. I've got either blue, it's blue and orange and green. Or it could go to this one, teal, and this green, and the kind of, that's that burnt sienna color. And I kind of already have that burnt sienna color in there. So, of course, these are I love teal, so I'm going to kind of go with that. But I'm also going to throw in a little blue because I know that I already did a little test here with some soft pastel, and it's always a great way. I just grabbed a stick and tested, and I'm like, yeah, the blue looks really good with that. So I'm going to throw in a few of these colors, the complementary colors to this, and then I'm going to come back and edit it and kind of tone it all down and start focusing on what is my focal point. Where do I want to draw the eye to the most? And since this is my journal page, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be anything. I could walk away from it just like this. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. The texture, all the grungy things and all the fun things that I've been playing with. But I know that I want to take it further, and you have to do what makes you happy. I mean, I could just put a single word on here and be done with it, or write out my story and be done with it. Our journals are always an incredibly personal space to learn and to grow. And as I was thinking about that, I really got my inspiration for this page through the process. And so I'm going to continue on and see where it takes me. gotten this completely dry for the most part. And I'm going to put my collage paper down that's going to kind of bring in my focal point here. And we always have to be willing to let go of the background to bring something together. And while it's wet, and I still have this kind of mixture of paint, I've got a little bit of everything on my brush right now, but this kind of white that I was doing for the background, I want to come back and just kind of push this back a little bit. Oh, I just covered over grow. I do that all the time, all the time. Okay, I just grabbed the eucalyptus leaf stencil and some black gesso. Okay, so I have stamped out here on tissue paper. I have these letter stamps that I haven't used in quite some time. I might need to get some more fluid matte medium. But I was going through some old journals and found that I'd use them, and I was like, oh, I need to try those. So I thought I would use them for today, since today is just kind of play. Okay, this is fairly dry. I'm going to sharpen my extra soft charcoal pencil. I want to give a little shading here. I want to kind of bring the eye over, kind of incorporate this, give it a little bit of weight, a little bit more weight, I should say. I'm going to edge the sides because that's what I like. All right, my friends, there is my journal page. We went on a journey. But I kept going, and today was about allowing you to see, because I get comments all the time that you make it look so easy. Sometimes it is easy, sometimes it just flows, and sometimes it's not. And my studio is a mess, it's been a busy day, I've had all kinds of things happening, and that's just life. But I show up, and I show up for me, and I show up for my practice. I show up for my mental health. When I'm here in this space, I can think about things. I go over my day. I think, there's a million things running through my head. But it's just a quiet time, me in this page. And sometimes the pages are beautiful and sometimes they're not. But I show up and I keep going. And I wanted you to see like the behind the scenes, and me kind of walking my way through a really messy page, not having any inspiration. Normally I'm completely 100% guided by what's been going on or a quote or something like that. And it has been so busy that I just haven't had the time to get quiet. And that makes all the difference when I'm looking for inspiration and when I'm looking for direction. So keep that in mind as well, that when our minds are really chaotic, and we don't have time to get quiet and really focus, sometimes that's reflected in our pages. And that's okay too, because that's life. And our journals are documenting our life. And so we keep going because we keep growing in the process. And so as I was pulling this together, my page, I just, went to the dictionary and pulled out, just kind of flopped it open, and it was grow. And I thought, well, okay, that was perfect, because I was already thinking about that as I was on, doing this page. I was thinking maybe I shouldn't let them see how awful the page was starting out. And it wasn't awful. There were so many good things in it. It just felt very, very chaotic, which is kind of how things are right now. So it's very reflective of our inner and our outer worlds. And so, but when I saw grow and I was thinking in my head, I just have to keep going because I'm always learning something as I do my work. And that's where keep going, keep growing came from. And so I did a lot of experimenting and a lot of playing, and that's just always so good for my soul. So it doesn't always come easy. And you always get the super condensed version of things going well, and instead of, all the chaos and all the, things. So I hope you enjoyed today's Sunday inspiration, and I hope it encouraged you to know that all art, whatever we do, is an amazing thing, and it's a courageous act to show up and create. And I just so want to inspire you every day in your creative journey, in your life, with my words and what I do. And so I hope this did that for you today. I hope your Sunday is wonderful and restful and peaceful, and I hope that you always, always know that you are loved.